Look at some of the judgment that they've done on the Sterlite plant, uh, I think even the 2G and Coalgate judgments of cancelling the blocks.
Yeah.
Uh, they were again not the best and brightest judgments given.
Yeah.
And think about the situation where you have imposed a cost on sectors and yet failed to criminally indict even a single person responsible for the scam. I'm not saying that scam didn't happen. Of course,
Yes.
there was loss to the exchequer. We can disagree about the quantum. Rules were flouted, undue benefits were granted, which were not stated in the official policy. So, why aren't you criminally punishing those who were responsible? And instead, what you do is rather than putting them in jail, you blame the businessman. And the businessman just wanted to do his business and followed by the rules to get the necessary procedures, papers, and the licenses that he needed to set up his business. So, so I think judiciary needs to realize that somewhere their understanding of uh, economics needs to be a little more updated. They need to be a little more open to criticism and a little more open to reform. And if they're not willing to let the parliament do the reform, then they need to start the reform on their own. But the reform needs to happen. And unless the reform happens, we really stand at a position where we risk public literally protesting outside the houses of our judges. You can't go around and saying every sinner has a future and expect no kind of backlash.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
need to know, I mean, you're not above the Indian people. Basically, there are great economic costs that are imposed because of frictions created by slow moving judicial process, slow enforcement of contracts. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not saying that 8% growth sustained is achievable. It
Right.
might be achievable, but the biggest roadblock to achieving that is this.